Hi, this is Yogesh Lokande. I welcome you to this video, and this video is about where to employ your hard money. Okay, sounds interesting, but it's a real fact because 96% of people on this earth they are below poor ratio, or they don't know this formula, or they don't know this concept. That's why they don't know how to create a wealth in their life, or they don't know how their money is working for them. Okay, so here are three tools that I'm going to share with you. There are many, but as an initial stage I'm going to share the three stages, or you can say three tools that will help you to understand and help you to realize with your money, and you can make them as, or you can put them on a work. Okay, so I'm sharing my mind map, and this mind map is actually help you to clear your mind clutters. Okay, I hope you can understand. So I just start with my mind map. There are a few questions that you should be asked yourself before we are starting this video. Okay, so I am starting with the journey. Just fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the journey. So yeah, so here I'm sharing my mind map. Okay. Yes. So as a part of this mind map, you have a choice with this video. So before we are starting this video, or before I'm explaining this video, you should be ask yourself, is it really making value for me? Means for you. If you are watching this video, and this video, what are the outputs, or what are the concept that I'm going to share with you, that might helps you a lot. Okay, so that's the number one, and that should be, if you should be considered for that. Okay, so just think about that and then only start for this video. Okay, thank you. If you are make a choice of point one, then you should be taken a second point, that I can or can I watch till the end of this video. Okay, so then, because the half knowledge is always bad for everyone, it will not useful, or it's creating a confusion in life. So instead of going forward, you can skip it, or you can watch till the end. Okay, and if you are making the two decisions, then don't just skip any content, or don't just put a forward, because this video will help each and every aspect of your asset, which you know those assets, but you don't know why that is important in your life, or how to take a decision on that. So that's why you should be stick on each point of this video. Okay, yeah, thank you for all this decision, and thank you for those are already with me. This video is mostly recorded, and that's why it's putting on FB as well as YouTube, so you can watch as many as can. Okay, so as many anytime you can watch this video, so that will help you to reconnect if you miss some dots between these videos. Okay, thank you. So the first thing that I'm starting with, there are three asset class that I'm going to share with you, and there are many more, but as a part of this initial video, I'm just sharing with these three, because these are the major categories, or you can say the major asset class that people are looking a more growth into these assets. Okay. So start with these three assets. So those are gold. I know everyone are wearing gold, or they're carrying gold, or they are putting that gold into their cupboards or in a locker. So that's number one. The second one is real estate. So many people are more interested because the real estate gives you a pleasure, or they gives you the richness feeling inside you. And the third one is the stock market. Okay, so those are don't know about the stock market. So many of people, they have a myth, but there are numbers of people are generating a wealth out of the stock market, and that's the major instrument in a market where you can create a legacy. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, before we are starting for the next within a type, if you want to take a notes, you can carry your pen and paper and notepads. Okay, so that will help you to note down, so that you can use for the next, whenever you are choosing any asset, or whenever you are actually started or actually making your money as an employee, and that time your money will work for you. Okay, so that for that the first step, you can take it as a notes, which will help you more. Yeah, thank you for that. So the types. Okay, so types, I already talked about the gold. So what are the types? When I introduce the gold, so what are the types inside that golds are? So I can buy a ring. So it is there, so that either it's a designer or just the ring which we buy for investment purpose. So those ring you can buy. You can buy a chips, you can buy a coins, you can buy a jewelry. So these are the ways, or you can say these are the types that you can buy a gold when you are going in a physical format. Okay, so there are numbers of investment type also, so that I'm going to share when I'm going to talk about the vehicles of this investments. Okay, so that is like when you are connected to my Facebook group community, where I'm sharing the numbers of these knowledgeable videos with you, and that will help you and understand what are the major instruments that you can use to dig down your wealth and create the legacy in your life. Okay, so if you are not yet joined my Facebook group, I request you, below are the link that you can click on that and just join that group. That group will help you to identify many things in your life. Okay. So the real estate. So real estate, there are major two categories. One is a urban and second is a rural. So in a urban, there is also semi-urban and semi-rural. That is a subtype, or you can say those are a type which are actually in a development or under development or in a progress of that scenario. So there these categories are. The major two categories are there. As a part of urban, when people are going in these types, so what are the categories they are looking into? So in urban, they can go for the flats, house, duplex, shops, or commercial, you can say the shops or the commercial, some a commercial zone, like IT is actually buying some commercial zones, so they just put their all the stuff in that area. And in flats, you can say, so 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. So there are numbers of options are there when they are going inside this. Okay, so these are the way that they can use for their investment purpose. Okay, then put their money where their money can work from them. Okay, so stock market. So in stock market, mostly there are two types, you can say, because these are the primary market and secondary market. It's for both. Okay, means like when I'm talking about the stock, you can say shares, or when I'm talking about the mutual funds, there even there are debts, like money markets are there. So in the money markets also there are primary and secondary investments are there. So there you can put that money there and you can make your money make your money at work. Okay, so that will help you more. So if you think these categories are you already know, or you find these categories, how what many things, or you can say how you can do it, you can write below what are the questions you have. So that I will personally answer those as well. So when we are going in a type and asset class, so there are some myths and facts about that. So I'm covering by these three assets. So when I'm talking about the gold, so there is a myth. So people always think about that gold is best in their investment. Okay, so why they are thinking about that? Because they can see it, they can hold it, they can preserve it. So that's why they say this is the best way, because I can feel it, I can wear it. Okay, so I can see it. So there is no virtual entity there, and that's why they feel this is a best asset where I can invest. But when we think about the facts, or when we go for the real facts about this, so there might be an issue with the safety. Okay, so it might be stolen, or it might be like hacked or something like that. So there might be. Okay, then the impacted with the tax. There is a capital gain tax, as well as there are limitation for every person they are carrying the gold. So that is there. Then there is a charges. So whenever you are buying gold or selling gold, there is a GST, there is a UN making charges, then the appreciation cost. There is like a you can say, if there is that gold is like rusted or something like that, so that is reduce your gold price. Okay, so that can be impacted when you are putting the money inside that asset. So real estate. So myths are, so when I'm talking about the myth, the best and high return asset people always think about. So I'm going to talk about when I'm going to share the return. Okay, so return wise, how you are going to choose or how you are going to put your money and why it's important, that will help you more. So they think that it is the best and the high return. It's helped me for the tax saving, but obvious people are buying house. Those are on a salary and those have a huge salary coming in their bank account. So they think about, instead of just doing that, means like paying the tax, instead of that I can buy the house and save those tax. Then rental income is huge. Okay, so but fact, when I'm talking about these facts, just think about that. There is yearly maintenance for your house. If you are buying a flat, if you are buying a house, if you are buying a lands, or there is a commercial zone as well, there are maintenance, yearly maintenance is there. Okay, so that you have to pay it. Either it's a security, either it's related to the taxes, either it's related to like security related. So there are numbers of parameters are there when we are talking about the property. So then the maintenance is again changed, and or it varies in the basis of years. So after 5 years, there might be you should be paint your house. There might be some tears or that happens with those properties. So you have to fix those. So that's there within a 10 time. And the most important, yearly, that the value of your land is this attached with a depreciation cost. Okay, so every year you can consider as 10% of depreciation cost is applicable for your property. And when you are going for the sale, it's very, very difficult to sell that, because people, if it is a flat, then you should be take a brokerage firm or broker or agents for this to sell this property, because it's hard to deal with that, because there are numbers of you can say process and numbers of systems are in between that. So that will make you a huge impact when you are going to sell. So when it's needed money, so it's very difficult to sell within a 1 day, 2 day. Okay, so there is a liquidity problem with the property. So always think about that. Then property taxes is also there. Okay, so that you should be think about. So whenever you are putting your money inside this real estate. The stock markets, the myth. So what are the myths? It's people always think about it's a trading or it's a gambling process, where the numbers of people putting their money, making intraday wave trading or something like that, and they think that is the only share market, or that's the way only share market works. And from there, if you have a lucky, or if there is a fortune with me, so that time only I can gain a money. Then they think about there is always a risk attached to this asset. Always. Means like a pandemic situation happened, you see the market is fallen like 15% to 20% fallen down, and now it's corrected, but that risk is there, right? Then huge losses are there. So market is crashing from it crashed till 26,000, from 40,000 to 26. So it's like a huge crisis. Okay, so huge losses are there. But when I am talking about the fact, just think about, those are notional losses, or those are virtual losses. If you are putting money and when you are just withdraw that amount from the market, then only that losses are applicable for you. If you are not withdraw your money or redeem your money, that losses is not applicable for you, because you are just carrying forward, and that will help you more in the future. And if you're putting that money, because always think about that, when the crash happen in a market, that is a sale. Okay, so it's like a sale in a market. As an example, when did you buy any product? Either it's on a high price or on a sale price, like they are just announced that buy one get one, or you can say the 50% discount on that, right? So you buy when it's on discounted price. So just think about that when we are as a part of this investment journey. So these crises are not actually losses. It's actually a sale. Okay, so losses make you rich. So that's the concept you should be thinking about. Then when it comes to a long term, it always mitigate your risk. Okay, so this journey, the just raising and fallen, this journey is always happen in a market because it's related to the companies and business on their profit and their loss and the requirements of the consumer. So on that basis, this journey is always there. But if you see the graph of share market, any indexes, if you go there and that index is like from their initial point till the higher raise, it's like a upward direction. So there are numbers of crises are there, but don't worry about that. The journey is upward direction, and when you are be a persistent with that journey, you get the compounding as well as the averaging result in your investment. There are many options. When you talk about the stock market, if you have a risk, you are the risk taker, there is an aggressive way. If you are like a moderator, there is a moderative way. And if you are a conservative, you think about, I want to put a money in equity, but I don't want that much risk. Okay, so those option is also there. So think about that, because there are numbers of options are there. Even in the stock market, you can invest in a gold, you can invest in a real estate platforms as well. So those are thematic schemes also there, thematic funds are there. You can put your money there instead of it's like a physical asset. So why I'm talking about this, because when you are putting money in a physical asset, it's very difficult to sell at the time of it's needed in emergencies. Okay, so it's when it's emergency, you can sell your funds, you can share your stocks. Okay, so from there, means I'm not recommending that you should sell that, but in like emergency, that might help you in that scenario. So that's the thing. So there are many options. Just a second. So there are many options. It is the only asset which helps you to create wealth. Not only wealth, it actually creates the estate or legacy for your next generation. If you are properly in a disciplined way, you are just putting your money inside that, it will take care of your future, or you can say your present, future, and the next generation's future as well. So that the confidence and that the precision decisions you should make in your financial decision, that will make you, means your money is actually working for you. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into the taxation. So what are the concept, or if you think that is bulb on your mind, or if you think that is really helpful for you, just type below what are the takeaways from till now. So that will help me to understand you are getting what I want to provide that knowledge with you, or sharing the knowledge with you. So going to the taxation, so gold related, when I'm going to talk about the gold, so there are these are the taxations are there. Okay, so what are the taxations are there? So capital gain tax is there, GST is there, gold usage cut percentage is there, then making charges. And what is the best option when I'm talking about this? If these are the taxations, so what are the best options that will help me to just cut down these taxes? So that I'm going to tell. So when I'm talking about the capital gain, so it's the long term or more than 36 months, the taxation would be 24% plus 4% cess. So that is nearly 24% applicable on your gold. So GST is 3%, and gold usage, it's depend. So if you are buying gold and again you are going to sell that gold on the basis of usage or on the basis of purity. Okay, so I'm just adding here as a purity. So that purity is again there, so that will help you like reduce the cost of that particular asset. So when we are going for the making charges, it's always more than 10%. Okay, it's depend like a shop to shop or the brand to brand. So there it depends on that applicable. So what are the best options when I'm talking about the gold? So paper gold is always best, because there is all these factors which are there, it's got reduced, or that is like nullified. So there is a capital gain, but that is a long-term gain. Then GST is not applicable there. Then the gold usage percentage or cutting percentage is not there, purity is 99.9%, then making charges is not there. Okay, so it's like all these charges or all this percentage you get saved, and that will make you like a major saving when you are buying selling the gold. Okay, so what are the options are there? You can buy a gold ETF, so this is an exchange traded fund, or you can buy the HGS. So it's very good, you can say, bond. It's the souvenir gold bond, and what it helps with, there is no taxation because it's an 8-year lock-in period for this. And a gold, there are two factors it come with. One is like a gold appreciated, what are the amount, what are the rate of gold at the time of after the 8 year, that on that rate your money is appreciated, plus 2.5% of appreciation is there. Okay, so appreciation is there, yearly appreciation is there for your gold. Okay, then funds. So funds, when I'm talking on the funds, there is a tax, equity taxation is applicable for that. So the equity taxation I'm going to cover in the next point when I'm shifted to the stock market. Okay, so when I'm talking about the real estate, so when I'm buying area wise, that is a one time and recurring. Okay, so one time, what are the, for area wise, that depends, the one time you have to pay is stamp duty, that is 6%, registration cost, that is 1%, GST, that is a 12%, and TDS, that is 1% below 50 lakh. So if you count overall, it's more than 20%. Okay, that is a one time. When you are buying any property, you should be paying that amount. Then the recurring, or you can say the yearly, that you should be paying, that the repairing and maintenance charges are there, property taxes are there. So that I didn't know about that when we calculated into percentage. So even if you calculated 3% or 4% or 5% for the both of these, it's about 25% or more than 25% comes when you are going to buy any property, and you are just preserve that property within you. So you already paying that much, or you are actually that percentage of taxation is applicable for you. Okay, then when I'm going to sell that property, so there is a capital gain, and that is 30%. So straight away, if you think about, so any property you are buying, you are already paying the 25% of taxation or 20% of taxation to that property for this upper certain conditions, and then 30% again added when you are selling that property. So it's already 50% you already paying as a part of that property. So how much you are getting out of when you are selling the property, how much gain you are getting as a part of that property, or how much money you will get as in a profit out of that property, that you think about. When I'm talking about the rental income is not more than 10%, but on that rental income, whatever the amount you are getting, either 10,000, 15,000, or any amount you are getting, on that you should be paid the 30% of taxes. So this is what you have to pay as a part of taxation, and then you will reach, or you are making, or your money will making a profit after that. Okay, so when I'm talking about the stock market, so stock market, there are the four aspects are there. One is the stock market shares. So as a part of shares, there is a short-term capital gain, and the capital gain, that is long-term capital gain, that is a 10%, and short-term, if you are selling your share, so there is a 15% taxation within if you are selling within 1 year, or when you are selling after long term, what are the profit you are getting, on that profit you should be paying the 10%. It's a round figure. You are you are like under the 30% bracket in taxation wise, still that applicable is 10%. So when I'm talking about the mutual fund, the same, that is there, you have to pay it. So there is another way as well. So when I'm talking about the DDT, so that is a dividend distribution tax. Okay, so that whenever you get a profit or the dividend is announced by a mutual fund or stock exchange, so on that DDT, it may be a equity or non-equity, on that basis your taxation is applicable. So it's like it's like the taxation is 11.6, and if it is a non-equity, so it's like 29.12. But the crux is that you are not applicable to pay this tax, because the dividends is come in your account after paying those taxes by that fund houses. So that's the, you can say, best option, or that's, you don't care about that. Whenever that dividend is coming, so it's actually come into your account after paying the taxes of that. So there is an option as well. So investing your money plus saving on and also growth. Okay, so that is a tax saver fund. So that helps you to under for the ATC section. So as a part of ATC, you can save 1.5 lakhs. So instead of investing a huge amount in another asset where it's actually making you a burden, or it's like cutting down your actually the income source. So instead of that, you can put your money, and the locking period is only 3 years. So after 3 years, you can withdraw that amount and you can reinvest the same account in a further. So you can rolling out that particular money in next many years. So the same money you can invest many times for the next year, 3 years, 3 years. So that's your option, and there are numbers of things that you can use using this particular method. Okay, so and even this makes you, or it's like a historical returns also good for this, and there are numbers of people are earning more money out of this. Then debt fund, it's applicable the indexation, that is a 20%. Then security bond, it's the security transaction tax. So whenever you are selling your like stocks or something, so there is a security transaction charges are, so that is 0.01%. So if you are calculating any of this asset, it's not more than 15% you are going to pay as a part of a taxation on your profit. Okay, so that's the huge saving when you are investing here as a part of the taxation. If you are any queries related to the taxation, you can put below. Sorry for that. Put below. So if I think that it's needed another video, or that particular concept you want to clear, I can guide you on that as well personally. So for that, again, I request you, if you still not connected to my Facebook community, I request you to just connect to that community. There are numbers of things I'm going to share in the future, and that will really help you a lot. Okay, just be with this below the link. Okay, so return. Okay, again, so now this is the main thing and people are looking into. Okay, and you can say this is a major factor. People always look into this and they try to invest. So what is the gold return? We are segregating into year wise. Okay, in 1 year or 2 year, you identified the gold is actually raised or just outbound his whatever the his range is. Okay, so it was 35, it jumped to 51,000 or 52,000. But the real question is that you should be ask yourself, is it sustainable or not, or I should buy today or not? Okay, so that there are numbers of questions are there. I will like come with that video as well, so that will help you to understand, should I buy gold right now or not, or the gold is really safe for the future or not. So I'll come with that video as well in the future, so that will help you to make a decision. So if I'm talking about the 5-year return and 10-year return, 15-year or 12-year, 20 years, sorry. So it's averaging, if you are counting, so it's nearly 10% that average average the return is coming out of the gold. When I'm talking about the real estate, so it's 8%, 13%, 8%, and 6%. Okay, so if you are calculating the average, it's again nearly 9 to 10% coming. When I'm talking about the stock market, so it's 11%, 17%, 14%, and 13%. So it's the averaging, if you are calculated this, is nearly more than 12%. Okay, so it's more than 12%. Okay, but if you think about the only 1% or 2% is actually raising by other asset, or 2%, 3% is raising by. So this is like averaging or aggregating results. So you can say the aggregating reports I'm just sharing here, but the 1% or 2% makes a huge impact in your investment. So just think about that. I'm again sharing when I'm going inside the three vehicles of the investment. So there I'm going to talk about the more detail when I'm putting my money inside this asset, what are the returns wise the accumulation, or what are the accumulation wise return is there. Okay, so that I'm going to share. So if you think and on this 6 points, you should be taken action, because action is important, because action taker is a winner. Okay, without action you cannot achieve anything. So first action is that you should be connect to my Facebook group, and that will help you more for the next more videos that are sharing with you, and that will help me to connect with you guys, because there might be a numbers of questions you have, there are numbers of strategies you want in your life, so that I'm going to share with you as a part of this particular community, and that will help you more to enhance when you are going as a part of how your money work for you. So you should be asked as a part of action, what's your review and what are the steps you want to take as a part of this journey. Okay, so I'm signing off from this video. I hope you like this video. If you really like, and if you find any you can say knowledgeable points, or if you think there are takeaway, a best takeaway, what are the takeaway you got it from this video, just type below or comment on this video where you are watching. Either you are watching on a YouTube or you are watching on a Facebook, just put your comment, so that will help me to understand your view. If you are connected to my Facebook community, I request you to join my YouTube channel as well, so that I'm again putting inside this video. If you are already on a YouTube, so that is okay. If you are on a Facebook, I'm putting below the YouTube link as well. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. I appreciated your patience, your time you are putting on this video, and I'm signing off from this video. Thank you.